My computer crashed, so I couldn't make better slide. But whatever slide I have, I think fits with it. Yeah, so thank you for the kind introduction. So, title of my talk is Dental Prosthetics by Machining of Ceramic Down, Self-Green Body, Improved Strength and Aging Resistance. So, I will just quickly talk about our institute. So, IIT Kharagpur is the first Indian Institute of Technology in the IIT chain, which was conceptualized by the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and 1951 it started from the Hisley jail. As you see here, this was a prison cell where all the key people, both the freedom fighter, threat to the Britishers, they used to be kept there. And this was the administrative building for the Britishers, where kind of you can say the first the ISC system maybe started from here. And now we have a new building. So as you can see that from the jail it has transformed to the first Technological Institute of India, which was actually the IIT system started. So I joined Prof. Bhargava for PhD back in 97, 98, and then working on the gel casting process development. While I was working with gel casting, I found some issues like huge amount of slurry where you have to put few microliters of acidic catalyst and initiator. Usually as you add on, they will coagulate, so you cannot mix them together. So though you have added for cross-linking, but they will be difficult to mix them. So that is where I thought, is it possible to have something which just make a slurry and whenever you need it, just bake it, it is done. So that is where I was sitting in our hostel in BC Rai Hall. So after a few months of work that we had full of frustration, we were sitting and discussing. Then we find that in the canteen, our Sodendra is taking out the egg. So then I found out this is a fantastic thing which perhaps can be utilized. So that is where I started. So I developed a process called protein coagulation casting. And using that process, we can make 99.9% dense ceramics, as well as you can make 96%, exceeding 96% porous ceramics. So where we file a couple of patents and then we make several products. In fact, you can see the crucible which we sold in the market during my PhD days. And you can see my mold, photofilm box, Kodak photofilm box, those days. So photofilm box used to be there. We have used the wax, Kodak photofilm box, plastics, whatnot. So when we were exploring the mold release agent, then I found the Vaseline, which is used in the petroleum jelly for the winter time. So that I found it's inorganic free, perhaps can be used as a mold release agent. So happily I have used and it was working fantastic. For safe forming, you can see that many of the cases I have meshing by hand, by blade, or by meshing, by green machining approach. So I found it is fantastic for making into shapes by CNC. So I found in the other side of my lab, my friend, colleague, they were doing PhD, they are making nanopowders. So I thought perhaps we can also make nanopowder engineer white. So I think this was again another patent we filed, and it's one of the simplest approaches to make nanopowders by using egg white and any of the metal nitrate or hydroxide. And this this work was also published in MRS Bulletin in American magazine. So of course, based on the preliminary work and ceramics started, I remember Sabossachi and Osteni used to be there. So I used to tell them how to prepare slide and all this, and today I think you can see the success story. So with this understanding and learning, so I thought I should change my area a little bit. So I have been to UK, I was working on biomaterials. Again, my supervisor in UK, Dr. Bosu, was trained in piezoelectric ceramics. They have a company and they do a lot of very different type of processing of ceramics, which I did not know. And also I found the problem in the processing. After reaching there, I found that those problems are already solved by learning that process. Anyway, so with that learning, so when I came back to India, I joined, I think, DRDO shortly. Then after that, IIT Kharagpur. I formed the biomaterials and tissue engineering group. I think that time, I think Dr. Verma was like an icon for us. So we used to follow his papers, and many times I have attended his lectures, but thought, let us start a biomaterials group in IIT. So that perhaps with this name in IIT system, this was the first lab in India. So with 4 major objectives: customizing manufacturing solutions, digitization of the medical problem, and also the ethically sourced material. Many times we purchase the material from companies, mostly foreign companies, and then ultimately product will not be viable. So that is why we thought, can we utilize the material around us and can we make product viable? And of course, in vitro and in vivo studies. With these 4 major objectives, we started. So as you can see here, we have primary goal is to make 3D modeling development using software. Like there are some images, there are many more images I think we are working on. But I'm just showing, these are all old, very old slides which I have used in. I think most of these designs I made partly in IIT Kharagpur, partly in UK. So here I will be talking about a little bit on the concept. If you look at the implant failure analysis, majority of the implant fails at the interface. Where the bone and the implant, always there is an interfacial failure. So from that, Halbert and Heinz has 2 different concepts. So Halbert thought, can we make macroporous but absolutely bioinert material so that tissue can be having adverse foreign body response. Therefore, fibrous tissue can grow into the pores. Therefore, there will be better interfacial bonding through morphological fixation. Whereas Dr. Heinz has just after PhD, he was talking with a doctor who came back from Cambodia, and then after discussing, they discovered bioglass in 1969. So I think it was a pathbreaking discovery. It was first man-made synthetic material which was bonded to bone. So with that concept, like, can we use a bioactive material which can be bonded and which does not have any foreign body response? So that was the 2 extremely different school of thoughts. But today, if you look at all the products came up in the market. So this is a dental implant which is launched by Zimmer Biomet in 2014. This is a Brazilian lady where full implant, 3D printed implant mandible was inserted. And if you look at the hip today, so you can see that at the strategic location, there is a porosity as well as there is bioactivity. Why the porosity and bioactivity? Because porosity will give you the Halbert concept, tissue ingrowth, and Heinz concept, tissue on-growth. So that tissue will be not only having growth into the pores, but also will be bonded to the surface. So this is what Zimmer coined osteoincorporation, right? Or biological fixation we can talk about. So therefore, can we make the porous and bioactive material so that it can have tissue on-growth and ingrowth? So with this hypothesis, I think you can just see that we are able to make ceramics, machinable ceramics, and also you are able to make dental crown, and you can see the dental crown machinable tool also we developed, diamond embedded tool we developed, and also this was patent was filed by, I think, DBT. So this work was done by Sarlasita Mato, who is in Niger as a faculty now. And later, so we worked on different type of dowel processing. So can we make a plastic dowel which can be used like a clay, plastic clay, which can be embossed, like you can see that just like a embossing, and you can get the impression. Similarly, you can make the rods, you can have a mold where you can kind of emboss and you can get the shape. Then of course these ceramics are machinable in the green state. So with this we are able to make alumina, dental crown, dental bridges, and also as you can see here in this dough we are able to extrude it, and of course this is a full of rheological studies. So basically what we do, we use couple of binders and solvents. With that we are able to precipitate one phase of the binder and another phase of binder is partly soluble. That is how we are able to make the dough, and dough is homogeneously mixed. As you can see, these are stretchable, and then you can also emboss into the mold. So basically we are using the yield stress of the dough to get the setting. So with that we are able to make alumina and alumina zirconia composites, and then of course we are able to make alumina zirconia composite crown as well as dental roots. So as I think we are discussing about the transformation, toughening and aging of zirconia. So what we have done here is that we have made the zirconia crown, but we have done slip casting. You can say slip casting or deep coating on the alumina crown, on the zirconia crown, so that the hydrothermal phase transformation can be minimized, because the zirconia would be coated on the top by the alumina layer. So again, so we have shown that the aging performance which was there, that can be minimized by alumina coating. So as you can see from the Raman spectroscopy studies. And of course, because these ceramics are machinable, so we need to do the viable modular study. So you can see from the viable modular study. So of course, this machining of ceramics by this route is viable. I think green machining very few people are doing, specifically in our country. I do not know abroad, but there are some industries they are doing green machining. Okay, so with that, so now can we make the porosity? So we have used different approaches like salt leaching technique. Of course, we have used some kind of reticulated foam coating technique. So while we have used at the strategic location, we have used the porous part and then dense part, so that the cancellous bone can be integrated or can have ingrowth into the pores. So therefore, you can have the secondary stability. So right, so and with that, so we have done some of the cell viability studies as well as animal studies, and we could show that this process is viable for the fabrication. So similarly, we have used the titanium implant, similar powder metallurgy route, and then we are able to make porous and dense titanium, and we have done series of animal studies as well as some of the studies. I can just quickly I will go through because some slides. That's some issues. Yeah, so just I'll show you quickly about one of the case studies where we have used the dense and porous titanium cranial barmal defects, and we have done about 20 cases of clinical studies, and we could see there is not a single failure. Similarly, you can see that we are making titanium sponges of different porosity. So again, so we have got also the I think CTRI we registered, and now we are going for clinical trials for this also. So now I am just going to show you the bioglass which is integrated with PCL, and we have, I think this is a collaborative work with Dr. Ballan, and so this one again I think just now the paper is accepted, but we have done up to the animal studies. We could show that with the bioglass integration into the PCL, we are able to 3D print the model, some bone model, and then this is able to integrate with the tissues. Yeah, so maybe I will show you little bit of work on egg cell. So I think egg cell, people use egg cell as a calcium source, and they make the hydroxyapatite by synthesis route. So when a student joined with me in 2012, Dr. Prof did it. So then I asked him that can we omit these two steps? So directly we make the reaction mixture and we make a ink and directly print into the scaffold. And then we are able to make multiphasic calcium phosphate. Basically it's a mixture of HA, TCP and OCP. And with that we could see that it has much better healing, and also the entire the component is completely vanished over time. I'm not going into this. Somehow I couldn't delete the slides. That was the issue. So in nutshell, just showing you that we are able to make the dental crown by green machining approach. Also, we are able to make the kind of dowel seat which can be machined and which can be mounted together to make the 3D scaffold, which can be also customized. And of course, we are making ceramic fibers for dental filler as a composite dental filler for minimizing the shrinkage. And of course, we are making some of the dental root as well as dental bridges. So thank you for kind attention, and we are also thankful to different kind of funding agencies. So if you have any queries.
We kept the time. Thank you. You have a question?
The ceramic dough you have prepared, you can use the same approach for any other system?
We have used aluminum dough, zirconia dough, hydroxyapatite dough.
Not for biomedical. Can we use it similar approach for any other?
Yeah, anything.
So maybe the reaction we need to see whether ceramics and that kind of interact or something. Chemical interaction between the ceramic and the
Polymer.
Yeah, polymer.
No, it's fine. It's not a problem.
We can do
Not a problem, yes.
We were thinking of not in our division, but CBCR like some semiconductor kind of materials where
It can be.
machine
It can be, yes.
Maybe you can help us in
Yeah, yeah.
not in our division, but some other division.
In fact, by this dough we can make different piezoelectric ceramics. I know the entire process. I never done it here in India, but I know the entire process. Somehow I try to take some PhD student, but you know, I don't get student for ceramics. That was the main thing.
Thank you. One question. What the type of shrinkage you get it from there?
Like gel casting, 15%.
Thank you. Wonderful.